Hello again, everyone. How's it going? Not too long ago, someone asked me if I were moving, which I am in a couple of months, and I could only take 10 books with me, what would they be? And that really wasn't too hard for me to answer. So I thought I would just do a quick video and show you. These are the 10 books that, if I don't use daily, which most of them I do, I at least use once or twice a week. First and foremost is going to be the Word of God. I don't need to open this and go through it because those of you who haven't already turned off the video after I said it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is the book that I use for my daily life. You know, it's not just about prayer. It's not just about getting along with everyone. You have to stay in the Word, and you have to constantly refer to it and try your best to apply it to your daily life. So that's number one. The rest are in no particular order, but I do enjoy this book right here, especially since we're moving. And for a year now, we've been preparing our own little homestead in the forest. We just got 15 acres and we're almost finished with our house. This is October 2017, and we should be in by December or January. So I really do like this book, and it has a lot of information in it that, you know, anything from gardening to chickens to you name it, and it's there. What I like about it more than other homesteading books is that it's so compact, and it has the things that you would use on a daily basis all in one little book. So next would be The Maker's Diet by Jordan Rubin. This book is full of information about what we eat. And what I really love about it is that he applies the diet, and I don't really want to call it a diet, it's more like a lifestyle. And he puts a biblical perspective on it, which is obviously why it's called The Maker's Diet. And excuse the noise in the background, you know, daily life, kids, whatnot. It says it's a 40-day health experience, but honestly, it's a lot more than that. I haven't done the 40-day. All I've done is use the information in it to apply to, you know, our diet that we already have. We've been on a health journey for about 5 years with our food, and it's a gradual thing. But this, you know, it goes into what God wants for our bodies and why in the Old Testament He laid out what was healthy for us to eat, what's not. And without going into a religious debate on it, because we all believe different things, and that's fine, he elaborates on why, say, pork is bad for the body. And he doesn't just talk about that. He really goes into all different types of foods and why they're good for you and why they're bad for you. So I would highly, highly suggest this book. Excuse me. Next is this one, The Country Almanac of Home Remedies. I really like this because they use food as medicine, and they have all sorts of remedies in here that are just amazing, and they're so simple. You know, anything from bruising to, goodness, I mean, anything you can think of. They have cures from your kitchen, you know, that you can use. Just go grab it and put it together. It's really, really awesome. It's a nice book. And I do use this. This is probably one I use maybe once or twice a week. And I can honestly say the remedies that I've used from this have worked. I'm going to go with this one next. If I had to pick a favorite, oh my goodness, this may be it. She is awesome. She's really been through it. She's had an interesting life. And she has lots and lots of recipes. Anything from Bath and Body to, you know, cleaning supplies, medicines, laundry. Let's see. You'll have to excuse my voice today. You know, like I said, home cleaning, baby lotions, anything you can think of. And then back here, you have pre-made mixes. And I've tried these, and actually they work. You just mix them up in a mason jar and have them ready. And then you add your wet ingredients. And it maybe takes 2 or 3 minutes to finish your meal. So you just grab your jar out of the pantry that you've pre-made with your mixes, add the wet ingredients, and your meal is ready. So we have really enjoyed this book. I refer to this probably every other day. So yeah, I would suggest getting this. And she has some neat little sections in the back, different uses for different things. And it's a very good way to be frugal, eat well on a budget, and take care of your home in a natural way. So, Little House Living by Marissa A. Link. Next is, goodness, anybody who's into herbs knows this book. So I probably can't tell you anything you don't know. If you're watching this video, you probably already know. But this herb book, Rosemary Gladstar, she is amazing. I mean, the way she teaches it, her knowledge is absolutely out of this world about herbs, simple ways to use them in your home, on your body, how to make them in different ways. And she goes into detail about common herbs that most people already have in their kitchen and what they can do for you. Some things you may not have, but they're easy to get. So this is a really, really good book. I have learned so much from this book. I already was making my own bath and body products and eating naturally, but this really took it a step further. And she even prompted me to buy some extra things like the marshmallow root and things like that. And they have really, really made a difference in my products. So definitely suggest this book, Medicinal Herbs, A Beginner's Guide. Next is, as you can see from the side here, I use this a whole lot. It's not just recipes. It's not just a cookbook. This is a book that is full of knowledge about nutrition. And she just lays it all out there for you. She talks about basically how the system is making you sick. And she goes into a lot of detail about why things are good for you, why they aren't. Sort of like what Jordan Rubin did in his book. But it's more, how do I say it? It helps you apply it more on an everyday level, if that makes sense. Jordan Rubin's book is great, but it doesn't go into, like, here's stocks, here's salad dressings, things like that. You don't have to buy this stuff anymore. You can make it yourself. And not only is it more frugal, but it's more healthy. So this is a book that I probably use every single day. Nourishing Traditions by Sally Fallon. Now, since I love essential oils, and I have a lot of essential oils books, this is my favorite one, The Complete Aromatherapy and Essential Oils Handbook for Everyday Wellness. This goes into a lot of detail. And notice in the books that I've picked, I use the word detail a lot because I need details. And a lot of the books that you get, they touch on things, but they don't go into details. And that's where the difference is in the details. So I really enjoy this because not only does she go into, cautions, she lets you know, can't just go and just use something and dump a bunch of essential oils in something. There can be reactions and allergies, and there are just some people who can't take certain things. Some things are good for pets, some things are not, some things are good for kids, some are not. And then she goes into the properties, and, she goes into, notice I have a lot of things underlined here. I've used this book so much, but she goes into a lot of the oils individually, which I really, really like, and what they're good for. After that, let's see, then she goes into remedies, conditions and remedies. There's a kids, which I've marked, a kids section, and she goes into all these different ailments, different things that are common. This is just such a good book. She has her own blends, which I have made in empty essential oil bottles. I have actually made this Sleep Easy blend, and it does work. You can diffuse it. You can put it in your lotion. These blends that she has in here, you can actually just put in almost anything. So it's awesome. And then in the back, which I particularly appreciated, is a measurement, how much to put in each thing that you make, how to distribute the oils, dilutions. Yeah, so, this is great. This is just a great book. And again, The Complete Aromatherapy and Essential Oils Handbook for Everyday Wellness. And I don't know how to pronounce that name. Neris Perchin and Laura Cantel, I guess. So, yeah, great book. 2 more left. This was my very, very first book on not just essential oils. Goodness, it goes into different kinds of medicine. But this was my first natural living book. I bought it probably 6 or 7 years ago. And to be honest, this is the book that really got me started. I should say us started on our journey as far as healthy living, taking charge of our own health. It's broken down into different types of medicine. You know, I mean, this would take me all day to go through this with you. But it includes like homeopathic, aromatherapy, Chinese medicine, and it breaks it down. As you can see on the side, it's color-coded. It breaks it down into the type. I mean, it has traditional medicine, just different things. And then in the back, after you get past all of that, then you get into your conditions again. So this is just a great, great book. I got it for a very inexpensive price because I got it a while back, but I guess since then it's gotten really popular. So I looked on Amazon to see how much it was, and the least expensive I can find it for was, I think, $25. But I got it for $10.98 at Books A Million, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I actually got it on the bargain rack. So I would really, even if it were $30 or $40, I would buy this. It's an awesome book. So it's the Illustrated Encyclopedia of Healing Remedies by C. Norman Shealy. Notice he is an MD and a PhD. So this is a conventional medicine doctor, and he, the other thing I like about it is, see, I believe that conventional medicine does have its place, but people are overusing it. So where he's a medical doctor, he goes into what you can try first, what you can do, but if you have this, this, or this, you need to see a physician. So I like that about it. He lets you know when you really do need to see the physician or when you can try such and such. So it's a great book. And the last one, but certainly not least, is the Encyclopedia of Country Living by Carla Emery. This book, wow. This has been the most useful book as far as what we're doing right now, as far as moving to our homestead, preparing for it. Don't get me wrong, we're avid gardeners. You know, we know how to take care of animals. We know how to do all of that. But we've never had the ability to do all of it at once because of, you know, living in suburbia. So we're so excited about what we're doing. And this book is really great. Not only about cooking, I can't tell you what's in here. I mean, it's just, look at yeah, it's small print, but it is so full of anything that you could possibly need to live a self-sustaining lifestyle. This is a great book. I think it took her 30 or 40 years to write it, and I just happened to run across her daughter, Esther Emery, on YouTube, and she has her own homestead now. Her mother, Carla, I believe, has passed away, the author of this book. But this is a timeless book. It's a book that anyone can use. Even if you live in the city, you can use this book. So I would highly suggest this. I could not live without this book. So thank you. I hope this wasn't too boring, but I just wanted to share the 10 books I honestly could not live without. And if you have any you want to suggest in the comments along these lines, you can kind of tell what kind of books I like. Please do let me know. And if you need to know where I got any of the books, leave a comment and I will certainly send you a link. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day and God bless.